all that. Toon Squad, huh?
Toon Squad. Yeah, I think I'm feeling it. I had a long weekend. I don't know how your weekend was. I feel like I had a long. I think I'm almost out of the con, but there've been there's so I literally came from the con, immediately went to premieres. I went to a I don't know if you saw over the weekend, there was a water park thing for
Nobody's too.
So they cleared out the entirety of Hurricane Harbor. They kicked out all them kids. They said, "Get out of here,
Crazy.
children!" Oh, it was
Whole
wild.
Hurricane Harbor.
It was wild.
Full of adults and degeneracy.
Full of adults and degenerates and alcohol. And you would think, oh yeah, Hurricane Harbor in the summer. In the summer, Hurricane Harbor, there's water. It's fun. It is for the first hour, and then the sun goes down, and then you're just cold. But the problem is that the event was they told us, get there at 4:00 and it's from 4 to 9. Except they kicked everybody out from 4 to 5. So really, everybody was still chilling and like soaking in those last few seconds up until 5:00. And then anyone who didn't have a white wristband, they were kicking out. So okay. So the first hour, we just kicking people out and we're just trying to steal cabanas. Fine. But then they didn't start serving the alcohol till 6. Because then they had to like set up because there were people in the way. So they like put up, they're just doing all stuff. Now we lost 2 hours of the event. That was supposed to be a 5-hour event. And mind you, the sun is just going down. But we're like, screw it. We're playing. I didn't realize. I thought I was invited on my own. I didn't realize I was coming as social media. Because here I am with the real rejects. And they like, Jasmine, your socials, take the phone. I said, bitch, I was invited. I was invited with a +1. I was invited with a +4.
But me.
I know. I was like, y'all need to hit me up ahead of time if I'm here to work. So I did. I'm a very nice person. So I ran around and I like got socials for all my social people. But it was wild. So we did that, and then I think Sunday I had a premiere, and then this was like a week ago. Oh my god. I have not had a moment to rest. What about you?
The weekend went by ridiculously for me. I literally was like, I got like 3 videos and 2 posts out. I still haven't put together San Diego Comic-Con vlog stuff because I've been posting just the activation stuff.
I know.
And I'm like, oh my god, I'm sorry. And then we have current shows and stuff too.
The activations hit me up like, where's our video? The second, the Monday we got home, I had people emailing me being like, hey, you haven't posted yet. When's that gonna happen? And I'm like,
when can I sleep? You know what? You're not the only one. I saw a couple people be like, yo, like it's Sunday afternoon. Like I just got on my flight to go home. Like, calm down.
I think they were expecting us to post right then and there. Like they were hoping that we were going to drive people to their activations. But I'm like, people have their schedules already. If they go to it, great. But that's incredible. Like I was like, every activation I went to, I hope you realize I'm promoting what's coming, not where you are. So if it's an activation where you're like, oh, this is for an anime show that's only airing today.
Yeah. So my take on that would be that, for some of these activations, maybe a little bit of payment so that we could have hotels that are right there so that when we finish the activations, we can go and edit. Because I'll say this, like some people who I know who did like the Alien Earth one, they had like a space where they could go and it was quiet. People were able to do like their voiceover, get like an edit done real quick. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But I'm gonna need that because like even activations I tried to post about in real time, I couldn't find anywhere to do a voiceover or get the internet. So I'm like, help me help you. But yeah, next year I hope to be staying right nearby. So that way I'm gonna just go to the room. Brrr, here you go.
I'm gonna hope that activations aren't at 8 a.m. in the morning so I can take the train. That would make me happy. I would hope that that
8 a.m. was crazy. That 8 a.m. was crazy.
Don't get it twisted. Like I'm really excited and I'm really happy about it. Like it was really fun. Like you got the gift bag too from them, right?
No.
My bad.
They were like, he's clearly her cameraman. I was like, it's fine. I'll see them next time. They $250
gift bag. It was beautiful.
Yeah, they like my social posts, so I'm like, well, you know me now.
They really liked you. Yeah, they're still talking about you. Yeah,
that makes me feel good.
Yeah,
when they first saw me, I think they were just like, oh, this is just Jasmine's cameraman.
Black man, yeah, 100%.
He's the help.
Like, oh.
The help. Oh, but man, San Diego was a good time. It's been 2 weeks in San Diego, and we're still like riling off from this. It's crazy
because I haven't gotten a moment. I don't feel like I've got a singular. I mean, I'm still doing. I told you today, like before we started the camera, I was like, I still have to do my my fashion video for heroes and villains, and that's. I got that Saturday of Comic-Con, and I still have not had a moment to just do that. So today is the day. Hopefully we'll be able to post that later on this evening, but that's Star Wars stuff. Got to post some heroes and villains Star Wars content. So very excited. And I think at that point I will be fully caught up on all of my San Diegian work.
San Diego. Thank you everybody who's allowed us to just do this catch up, because like, you know, even though it's been a week since we talked to each other, it feels like it's been forever. Like, I don't know how, but we are the Media Emcees. We had the official Megs taking a personal day, and that's all good because we are still here to bring you guys an episode. Be sure that you like and subscribe. I'm seeing some of y'all watching. Hit the subscribe button.
I'm gonna do better on getting them hashtags so this goes out there. I think I'll actually start working on the SEO on this because that's my fault. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't go in the background of these videos, but I'm actually gonna start putting some. But also, we need to start getting some more shorts up to get you.
We do, because I'm not gonna lie, I've noticed, because even on my own personal YouTube channel, I haven't posted long form in a minute because I've just been doing shorts. The shorts is just how you're gonna get people, man. It is the only way. It is the only way.
But yeah, so shorts we definitely have to get up, but also that's it. I was gonna say something and it flew the fuck away. It flew so far away. Pew, come back.
Pew.
Pew. I don't remember. I wonder what the hell I was gonna say. It seemed like a really important point.
I don't know. Did you want to talk about what we've been watching for the past week? I know that you had a little bit of some early looks. I had to watch the day that it came out, of a lovely show that deserves a little bit more promotion.
Yes, Eyes of Wakanda. Yes, Eyes of Wakanda. I did get the early sneaks, and my friend Isaac is in it. He plays episode 3, like buttoned up, like, I don't know what you call him. The advisor that turns into whoever.
Oh, Captain Ebo.
Yes. Not the one who's in love with the fist, but the friend that's like, what are you doing? What are those?
This is a very poor image, but
can we get
guys,
oh, you can zoom.
Big zoom in the building. Eyes of Wakanda dropped on Disney Plus this past Friday. 4-episode miniseries. It's an anthology, which I thought was cool. I think we need more anthology series where we just explore universes that, and also it is MCU canon. They actually tie it together to the modern day MCU in a way that I thought was really cool. And
not only that, but just to the modern timeline, or just like things in history that we know.
Oh my God, yes.
Isn't that so cool?
That was that episode 2. I was like,
you were there.
Okay.
But it's so interesting. Like, I like the way that we can play in this universe, and I like that we can play in the MCU. We've done this before. It's not the first time that they've changed history a little bit. But this was it was fun. There were some moments in here, I will say, I fell off a little bit. Some people have had a bit of issue with the what if style of animation. That's not something that they've gravitated to. And I actually got to have a conversation with the writer of the show, serendipitously.
Really? Nice.
Oh my God, it was weird. I happened to be and let me start by saying I hated the event. It's not Kevin Smith's fault. 100% Koi's fault. So
that's funny as hell.
So, and I'll tell you off camera the true reason why I was here, but I happened to be at Kevin Smith's podcast taping at Scum and Villainy in Hollywood, California. And I had known about this. This was something on my calendar for like 3 weeks now. Koi had invited me for specific reasons. And when I went, I was like, oh, 45-minute podcast, alcohol, some dirty nachos, like a good bro day. And Anya is showing up. Koi's there. I was like, it's a friendship day. My God. Kevin. Not only was Kevin 2 hours late, but the podcast, this was the shortest podcast they ever recorded, was like 2:20. It was a 2 hour and 20-minute podcast. The way that I was in my chair like this by the end, like literally just like in my chair in this podcast, looking at everybody like, how are we so? Because the problem is, here's the thing. I've got, hello, find my face. Okay, you're not gonna find it. We're blurry. I'm getting a new camera, y'all.
Yeah, cover your face like this, and then there you go. Yeah, your face.
Cool. So here's the true problem with everything that we do, and honestly, part of the reason why we probably don't have a lot of followers right now. Number one, what we talk about. And I don't mean that we're talking about anything bad. It's because we're talking about the same shit that everyone is talking about. And the problem with Kevin Smith's podcast is that he's talking about stuff that happened weeks ago, because he only records his podcasts like once a month, maybe once every 2 months. So I'm sitting here listening to his thoughts and opinions on stuff that A, I already agree with, so it's nothing new. And B, it's stuff that I've talked about, that Cosmic Wonder has talked about, that the Real Rejects have talked about, that Koi's talked about, that everyone and their mother on the internet's already talked about weeks ago. And everyone's eating this shit up because it's Kevin Smith, and I get it. The man invented Jesus. Like, I get it. The problem is like, I'm not friends with this man. I don't know this man from Adam. And so, not our Adam, he's cool. But like, I don't know this man, and so I'm struggling to like stay awake. So I'm just drinking. I'm just fucking drinking.
You're like, yeah, man, this sounds great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it was just rough. I don't know where I was going with this conversation. Why did I bring up Kevin Smith?
The podcast was 2 hours. You talked to the writer for Eyes of Wakanda.
And so at this screening, or at this event, the other podcast person, you can pull up this most recent podcast. I don't know if you have it there. It's like Kevin Smith's whatever. But it's like Kevin Smith podcast. But the guy who was doing the podcast with him happened to be the writer of Wakanda, The Eyes of Wakanda. And it was just serendipitous. And I guess that he's written a few things before, but we got to catch him after the show and chatted with him just a little bit. And it was really cool because he was telling us that, number one, this show should have been up 2 years ago. This show, he had petitioned and he pushed, and he was trying to get this show up. Yes. It might be the San Diego. Let me see. Can you roll over that one? I don't know who that white man is. It was, is this all the most recent videos?
Yeah,
it was 7 days. It has to be that one. 7 days ago?
7 days ago here. Well,
maybe?
Mute.
Yeah, click that one.
What
are you
is
muting
this?
it? What are you doing? What is your life? Why
Is
is
this
it
really?
not playing? I don't know what's happening. It should be a white guy and a black
guy. Oh, it's because it's like not even sharing the screen change, because why would it share when I change the screen?
I don't know what this is.
No. Yeah, do they not show their
middle? Yeah, this can't be it. If it's just
this is
not it. This is not it. I don't know what the hell that is.
Maybe they share it on their Patreon. I don't know. I don't see any in real time. This is 2 weeks ago. It must not be up yet, child.
No, they recorded it in real time and it was up.
Is it a live stream? It's a live stream?
Yeah, it was like a live stream. But I digress. So while you're looking that up, what I will say is he talked about how this show was supposed to be up 2 years ago, but not only that, but it went through so many different developmental changes. It was supposed to be like a lot more episodes. They finally got it down to the 4 episodes. But this was the story that he always, Fat Man Beyond, it's that one. That's the one.
Gotcha.
That one. So this gentleman here, yes. So this was us. We were here again, hour, and this was the shortest of the shows. I guess normally the shows are like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, you said it was supposed to be 45 minutes. You said hour.
I thought so. But this gentleman here on the right, he was the one that wrote it, and such a darling man. Or at least a couple of the episodes, but his episode specifically that he wrote, he helped with all of them, but his was episode 3, and I think 4 was the one that he wrote. and just a darling man, darling guy. Was talking about how everything that he wrote was exactly how he wanted the illustration, because that's how I had brought up. A couple of people had some problem with the art style, but that artist and the way that they did that was how he always wanted it. That was the very first thing that they signed on, was that design. Nice. And I think that that's really interesting. But how did you enjoy it, now that I've gone on like a 15-minute rant about a black man?
Oh, you're totally fine. No, Eyes of Wakanda was it was a lot of fun. I kind of agree with you where like sometimes I got kind of lost. I was like, okay, like I don't know if that's from like maybe the 30 minutes wasn't really enough. Like, cause I'm not gonna lie, like the most interesting episode to me was episode 2, to be perfectly honest. The first one, it was kind of like introducing me into the lore, which was cool. I was like, okay, so this is the start really of like
episode
what
1
we know.
Was hard for me because I was like,
I was like, who is this person? Like, we haven't even said who this person's name is.
We just dropped in and we were like, because I really was like, episode 1 made me feel like, oh, there are only 4 episodes. Okay, I just have to. We're there, you know?
Like, yeah, and like... I'll be honest. I know that people do like how episode 4 tied it all to be MCU canon. Episode 4 was a little bit weak to me in the sense of like, I'm sorry, wait, like we're having some time travel, and yeah, I was just like, wait, okay, but I loved episode 2. To give slight, not too many spoilers, but we dive into different parts of history, and that one dove into the Trojan
Grecian
horse
history.
And all this Grecian history and Troy, and I love that era, and I love the movie Troy. So it was cool watching them tie in Wakanda into that. And that was where I was like, okay, this is about to be lit. Third episode, I'm like, okay, this is where we get Iron Fist because we saw that in the trailer. And then fourth episode, we're just like, wait, have we even dove into, do they even understand the Black Panther yet? Like, and I wanted them to explore that, like, talk about how, like, wait, what's a Black Panther or anything like that? But they only have 4 episodes. And so I would have liked to see a little bit more breathe, but I enjoyed the show. I do wish that it was able to get a little bit more love and shine personally. An anthology series. I think it is what If should have kind of been, because we wanted What If to be anthology. Like, give us these scenarios that we aren't going to get in the live action.
What if is those situations? I mean, we haven't gotten zombies, but I think it started off that way, but it got a little bit too outlandish and repetitive. And for some reason, like, I think What If should have only been maybe 2 seasons. But the fact that they continue with What If, I didn't even watch the last What If. I have no idea what happened. I don't care anymore.
I stopped mid-season 2. Because everyone was saying that, like, it was anthology, but they kept on bringing all of the anthologies together for they were doing that event thing instead of just letting the show breathe to be its own thing. You know, we didn't need every season to build to an in-game event.
I don't need a Christmas episode. I just need little Easter eggs, and I just need little side stories. It should be my palate cleanser of the MCU. It should be something easy and soft and so fun, you know? Give me those comic book episodes that I would not get otherwise. Give me Miles Morales as the Hulk. You know, that's what I want. Or Loki as Captain Marvel. Like, I want silly things. I want fun things, but I still want canon, comic canon. I still want comic canon. But go ahead.
I was just going to say, one of the best episodes of animation ever is Appa's Lost Days and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, it's okay to give me an episode that is simply to explore something new.
Give me a beach day episode. That's all I need. Give me a beach day episode. What I will say about Eyes of Wakanda, though, and I talked about it a little bit in my non-spoiler review of the show, more of like a summary into a non-spoiler review, was what the show does is it explores those individuals that get to leave Wakanda. Wakanda is a very secluded base, and not anyone gets to leave. It's usually the Dora Milaje, it's the royalty, and maybe a few advisors, but to leave Wakanda is not a small thing. To go to the outside world, mean something. So now you've got these war dogs where their sole purpose is to not be at Wakanda. And to come back to Wakanda means that you've succeeded in your mission and you're ready to get a new mission to go back out in Wakanda. These are spies. Like, let's cut the bullshit. These are spies of Wakanda that have to live outside of the walls. And what that does to these individuals, I think we kind of talked about it a little bit in the very first episode, but that is a lot to go. It's as if to know that you're in the richest, most well-developed, safest place in the world, and your job is to leave and go to the barbarians, to go to the wildlands, to go live on your own with sticks and stones. I mean, it sucks that that's our world, but I mean, that's the comparison, and you choose that every single day, and what that does to your mental health, and why you would, why that other individual, like in the very first episode, you're fighting, I forget the guy's name, but
the lion.
The lion, yeah. He saw the outside world. He was a war dog, and he saw the outside world and chose to be out there. Just like
Monger's dad, his dad, yeah.
Killmonger, yeah. That's the whole thing, is that Killmonger saw that all the Black people in our world are oppressed. Why doesn't Wakanda share? And it's crazy that we're not diving deeper into the psyche of these individuals who every day have to choose to stay outside of the walls of Wakanda for Wakanda, and what that does to their mental health.
And I felt like it was getting there. And again, this goes back to like wishing it had more to breathe. It was getting there with his speech to, I can't remember her name, I'm sorry. The individual in the first episode, the lion's speech to her kind of spoke to her of like, I don't want to be a daughter Malaje. Like, I kind of like the outside world. And then Memnon in the second episode, where he's like, I found this family in the outside world, and like, I had to betray them because it's Wakanda first. And he's looking at the necklace, and he's like, they said like, oh, you did your mission, you're good, you can stay here for a little bit. And he's like, I want to get back out there, because like he started to have a connection to the outside world. I felt like it was getting into what happened with Killmonger's father, like supplying weapons and connecting with the outside world, having a kid with an outsider.
Hell, we could go to the third episode when Iron Fist is like, bruv, all you had to do was talk to me. I could have knocked this thing out easily, and none of this could have happened. Like, you are so blind by your obsession and your loyalty with Wakanda that you're about to start a whole fucking revolution and a war. All you had to do was have a conversation with me, to treat us like we are intellectual individuals and with empathy. But instead, you have me chasing you all over the world to get our relic back, when it didn't have to be all of this. Like, it's just
right. It was also the blindness of Wakanda to be, because they're like, it was stolen from us. It was like, technically no, because the vibranium is a part of their relic. Now, they didn't really get into how the vibranium ended up infused in the tongue of the dragon, but it's like, the fact of the matter is, yeah, Iron Fist, Joroni, I do remember her name, they said it a lot. She was just like, yeah, you stole our artifact. It was like, well, no, it was stolen from Wakanda. And it's like, but not really, because you even explained that like the vibranium in it wasn't originally a part of it, and that's all you needed. So again, like, you could have just explained, and
just having
a chance to trust the outside world, because there are cultures in the outside world like the Iron Fist who were the same way, who like have their precious things and history, and you can negotiate.
Vibranium is, y'all landed on vibranium and built everything from, but it's not part of your culture. It's just a precious resource to you. But this matters to this symbol, this dragon represents parts of our culture, and to lose it matters significantly. And clearly, you guys losing this little piece of vibranium it's not affecting you. It doesn't affect your culture. It would not break down your system and the stabilization of who you are. Like,
it wasn't a weird place where like, how would people, because I get that they're worried that people will discover vibranium, use it for the wrong reasons, but that little tongue of a dragon, like, who was gonna figure that out?
Singular. And not only that, but the Troy woman, she just had it on a necklace. It was like a cute little necklace piece to her. Ain't nobody thinking about it.
I'm saying? You know, Eyes of Wakanda was cool. Ryan Coogler having his hand on pretty much anything is typically pretty good. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about it kind of got the Ironheart treatment. And, it just kind of like they dropped the trailer, the show dropped a week later, on to the next thing. And I'm just like,
next thing. Can I ask you a question, just kind of deviating from this just a little bit? What's the worst movie you ever watched in your entire life?
Ooh. Worst movie I've ever watched. God. Dang, that is a question.
So worst movie you ever watched?
I'm gonna need you to. What's yours? Because I need to.
I'll tell you. It's a movie I watched over the weekend called Trust. Went to the premiere of it. And this was a Paramount film starring Sophie Turner.
That's crazy. For those of you who think that we can't ever say what's negative just because they're getting invited to events, listen to Jasmine now, because she's like, no, worst thing I've ever watched.
Here's the problem too, because it was at the Paramount headquarters in Hollywood, California. I don't know if you remember, but the last time there was an event, it was for Mission Impossible. I believe it was Is that Mission Impossible was like he's underwater? Yeah, and he came back. Yes. And it's like a whole submarine thing. Yeah.
That's the one where a bunch of people walked out?
That is the one where a bunch of people walked out. Tell me why Coy and I sat there in this theater like, we can't be like them. We can't leave. We have to stay here. We have to watch this. We can't leave. This is where it happened. We're in the room where it happened. So we are sitting here in the worst
amount of franticness. Oh, God.
It was bad. It was so bad. Every single person made decisions that were counter to intelligence. Okay.
Counter to intelligence is a word.
There was a good story written in there, and every choice that was made was against a good story of this movie. So the idea is Sophie Turner, I forget the name of the character, but Sophie Turner was a child star. She's on like a television show, kind of like Family Matters or something like that, but for white people. And so like Full House, but it's a family dynamic. And we find out that there's been an internet leak of celebrities, and the biggest celebrity leak, because she's like America's darling, they released a lot of her, not nudes, but like in underwear and maybe some like lewdy kind of stuff, like her private photos. Yeah, they released her lewds to the world, but in releasing all of her photos, they also saw a positive pregnancy test. So everyone's like, oh my God. And it's unclear how old she is, but I think for the purposes of the story, she's teenager. So everyone's like, oh God, like what happened? Like, who is it? Come to find out, and this is spoiler, I'm just going to tell y'all. I'm just going to let you know right now.
How many people are going to really watch it,
Honestly. But come to find out that it's the father of like her show, and this father is also the producer. He's the lead actor, but it's like she's sleeping with her like very much older, like 40-year-old co-star father, and he's the one that got her pregnant. So now she's like, oh God, like this is so chaotic, this is like too much for me to deal with. I'm gonna go on a retreat by myself with my dog at an Airbnb in the woods and just like soak it up. Meanwhile, the fucking dad is like, call me, pick up your phone. Like, we got to talk about this. We can handle this. Like, I can do it discreetly. We can make it seem like, yeah, he's like, I'll bring someone to the house. They can like get rid of it really quick. And then we move on. Like, it's not going to be a thing. And she's like, I don't even know what I want. Like, leave me alone. Like, this is not okay. And she's slowly realizing, this is not like, you abuse me. Like, this is bad. So you think that's the story. No. This is not the story.
We're still not there.
The actual story is there's a kid who is supposed to be watching the Airbnb because it's like his job is to watch the cameras and make sure that
how do we get here?
The Airbnb is good. But also his cousin that he's rooming with is a bad guy who's fresh out of jail, and also his other friend is bad and lives there, and they're like trying to scheme to get money, but he's like, y'all can't touch my Airbnb. So the kid falls asleep. The bad guys look at the Airbnb, see that it's the child darling, so they go to the Airbnb to try to like, I don't know, like scheme it and show the actual movie. The actual movie is she locks herself in the boiler room, and that's the movie. It's Escape the Boiler Room. And it's dumb because like the door handle falls off. And mind you, it's a door handle. All you have to do is like, if both handles fall off, just like squeeze your fingers in there and open it. She can't do that. Apparently she can't do that. Mind you, she's pregnant. And then there's like a boiler thing at the bottom, and then there's like electricity, and then there's pipes above. And so like the pipes, I guess, are leaking, and somehow halfway through this movie burst, and now the room is flooding. But also the first shot of it flooding is the water going through the door hole. But then I guess later on the door hole closes up, and now the water can't escape. And so
You've lost
oh
me.
oh, and by the way,
Entirely.
the white boy shows up who has the Airbnb. Like, he shows up that day and is like, hey, what are you guys doing? And then they like try to shoot the boiler room door but miss and then shoot him. And so then they're like, oh no, so now there's a dead body, and it's just a bunch of the bodies are piling up. Also the dog, I forgot to mention the dog.
There's
the
a
bad
dog.
Guys, I did mention the dog. The bad guys kick the dog. So now the dog is hobbling. I'm thinking he's gonna hobble all the way back home and tell the assistant, because like the assistant's like setting all this up. No. The dog finds Katie Sagal. The dog finds Katie Sagal. If you've watched Futurama, that's Leela from Futurama. That's finds her, and Katie Sagal comes and helps. And it's such a dumb ass movie, and every single decision that every single actor makes is not made with intelligence. It's just stupid. She's peeling off wallpaper. She finds, like, the way that Sophie Turner gets out, she's like punching the drywall. I guess she finds a mouse, and somehow this mouse has taken like half of a hammer, and has put that in its nest. And so Sophie Turner uses this hammer not to bust open the door handle, but to take the screws out of the door hinge. Mind you, again, the water is rising. Bitch is drowning in the boiler room. Did I mention that the dad hired a hitman to kill her?
Because he really don't want a baby that bad.
Because he really doesn't want a baby, so he hires a hitman to kill her because he knows it's going to ruin the show forever.
But her being dead won't ruin the show. They'll just get it.
The movie's called Trust.
So because I personally, I think that mine would be way more boring, because as I'm looking at like some of the worst movies, some of them I never did end up going to go see because of how bad that they looked.
Yeah.
The worst one for me is probably the Avatar one that we don't talk about. Yeah, simply because the firebenders they manipulate fire. And then it took 3 earthbenders to throw one rock. But mine is not nearly as extensive. I think my worst one would be Madam Web if I had gone to go see it. But I saw the clip of like, it was like one action, not even an action sequence, but one thrilling sequence where like it was a cut every 3 seconds, and I was like, I couldn't watch this.
I had a panel. I think I told you this already, but I'll tell it on screen. I had a panel and with beautiful, lovely, intelligent women, and I love them. There's no negativity to them at all in this. I was so proud to be on that panel with all of these beautifully intelligent women. And one of them brought up Madam Web, and they were talking about it in a positive. Like, it's good to have movies, and we're glad that we have female forward movies, especially Madam Web. They were like, oh, this is a movie that I'll put on in the background so long as women are lifted or uplifted. And this is a movie that, despite all its negativity, uplifted women. Meanwhile, my face during this panel.
Did anyone catch you? If someone caught you on camera, you need it.
And so eventually our moderator, Rachel, is like, Jasmine, you're making some faces. What's going on? I said, y'all, respectfully, y'all have never been more wrong in your life. When I tell you that Madam Web broke me fundamentally, because you don't understand. And I'm like, how many of y'all in the audience read comics? And of course, everyone raises their hands. I'm like, then you know how important the story or the character Madam Web is, not only to the Spider-Verse, but to the MCU or the Marvel comics in general. I mean, you can't have Madam Web without talking about the web of life and destiny. And that is everything. That is the foundation of everyone's purpose. And you cannot make a movie called Madam Web and mess that up. And I understand that this is not like you put 2 Madam Web characters together to make this Madam Web, and it's not. Like, you put Jennifer or I think it's Jennifer, and you put like the old the old lady together, and that's not right. Like, you grazed over such of it, and you made her like a I can see the future. No, that's not.
If you gaze into the future, you might think life would be a breeze.
There, and so they made a comment earlier in the panel talking about how you can tell when a male director doesn't understand women. You can feel that in the films. I countered that you can tell that the director didn't care about comics and didn't care about the foundation of this character and just wanted to say that he made a Marvel or a comic movie. You know, just no one's going to care. Madam Web is so important. And I hated this film.
And I... I'm sorry. The very, like, combo of... I hated this film. Like, just so my thing about that too is like we get into a very dicey area of like I'm just gonna support it anyway, because that thing being like, oh, it's a woman empowering film. I'm like, I've seen so many women be like, this shit was trash.
It's trash.
But I let y'all say it
to empower us. But it is. It's like you know, if Eyes of Wakanda was trash for the culture, we'd still have to uplift it, because if we don't get anything.
Nobody else will.
It's very tricky. And that's the same thing with Madam Web. It's like we had 4 Spider Women in a film that we may never get again. And so what does that say if we're belittling a show? You know, it's like, hey, we gave it to you and you guys didn't like it, so why do we bother? And it's just like,
did you give it to us? Did you give it to us? Because I learned that every bit from the trailers with them in suits was all dream sequences.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
If it even showed at all. If it even showed at all. Yeah.
You know what's really funny? Speaking of if it even showed at all, and we're derailing, but a fellow creator friend, Coco, he made a video of all of the scenes that didn't make it into Fantastic Four, and it made me realize that there was probably a different movie in there somewhere that really did make me think like, okay, this really ticks off some more, because for example, Pedro Pascal had a thing in the trailers, I stretched the bounds of, you know, time and space and they heard or whatever. So like it alluded to something about what the Fantastic Four had done in that universe affected Galactus finding them, essentially. And I was like, you know, that does make it a very different film. Like that not happening, you're just kind of like, okay, so this just happened just because. And so it's like,
well, I know from talking to a few people that like John Malkovich wasn't in there. They were supposed to have
he was in like some trailers and stuff.
He was in a bunch of trailers, and so I think that they had a longer beginning, talking like flashbacks with villains, and I think that we were supposed to have more interaction at the beginning. But I mean, we could talk about Fantastic Four all day long, and how I hate being so like negative.
No, I feel you.
I like movies. I know that I like movies. It's so easy for me to talk about the things that I didn't like than the things that I did like, because that'll take 2 seconds. I'll just be like, oh, I like all of this. However, my problem, and the reason why it feels like I just am a hater, is because I'm not just talking about, hey, I dislike this. I'm also giving how I would improve it, and I could talk about that forever. So it just feels like I have more critiques than anything else. But I just like, if I like something, I just like it, and I'll tell you that, and that ends the conversation right there. There's really nothing else to talk about.
Speaking of which, actually, there's a whole other thing that we just forgot to address, and I would love to know if you like it.
Is it the Sydney Sweeney jeans situation?
Absolutely not. The topics on that are just that's a whole other big can of bologna and worms. Because that situation is bad, but it's also doing the usual thing that the internet does, which is turning into a conversation of, should we send her death threats? And I'm like, why are we like this?
Do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. She made a whole little cry fest video about it, and I think that it's justified. Like I think we take things too far on the internet. If we're making people have videos where they're crying and demanding that, or asking, I guess, or pleading. Pleading is probably the better adjective for us to not send them death. Like we shouldn't be sending people death threats. It's gonna happen, unfortunately, because there are some fucked up people in the world who need mental help. But it is a bummer. So yeah, she posted like a tweet or a TikTok or something with her like crying, talking about, I'm in my Snuggie. Stop sending me death threats.
Snuggie.
she's like, it was the whole concept was, I'm just a person. Like, don't come for me. I'm just a person in a snuggie.
Someone got on me of like, you're telling me she, because I was like, y'all kind of are getting on her for going to work. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was an ad, like to her, it was an ad read, but I know some people. Well, yeah. And you're probably gonna say the same thing someone said to me. It was like she could see the script though, and she still decided to read it.
Went through multiple rounds of revision, or like, hey, do you want to do this? You have to go through, just in the advertising room, multiple rounds of approvals, and then you have to go through multiple rounds of approvals on Sydney's team, and then you have to, after you've approved it, go in the day of and continue to read and have approvals, and at any point you can say no. You knew. You just didn't take the time. You thought you saw the money, and that was more important to you.
Dollar signs. But dollar signs coming next year of what I wanted to talk about. Spider-Man brand new day suit drops. They've also shown the actual mask now. Jasmine's getting news on her phone, so she don't even see what I'm talking about.
Oh, Tom Holland. Oh,
that was what I wanted to talk about.
The way I don't care. I saw
the way I don't care.
This isn't
hilarious.
News, people. This isn't fucking news.
Hey, but look, he's on the streets with the kids, though.
Great, lovely, so blissfully happy. I don't care. The way that I saw my boys, my Escape podcast boys, I think it was Alex was talking, and he was talking to Andrew and was like,
What was happening?
So much. It's like one of their most recent videos, but he's sitting there talking, and he's like, okay, Andrew, like, so at this point, like, we've seen the new suit, but we haven't seen the eyes. So, like, what do you think the eyes are going to be? Do you think we're going to have like the TASM eyes, or like, do you think we're going to stick with the blinky eyes, or like, it is a full, and this is like a viral fucking video of them talking about
it's
goddamn
the same
eyes. Who cares? Why is that? Who cares? Who cares? The fact that this is like a viral fucking video talking about, guys, what do you think the eyes are gonna be? They're gonna be one of the, I don't, what is it? Why is it? Why is that? Why?
You know what's so funny though? What's so hilarious to me is the more that I look at it, because everyone was like the new suit and like, oh, it's got 3D webbing,
and looks exactly like the old fucking suit.
What I literally, as I've looked more, it literally does look like it's the same suit from the end of No Way Home. They just maybe made the spider a little bigger, the 3D webbing, but then people were like, and it's a darker blue.
Is that news?
No, I understand, but I'm saying, because as I made a video comparing, I was like, oh, why didn't we just get the old suit from the end of No Way Home? And the more that I've looked at it, this is from the same day. This looks like the same blue from the No Way Home suit. I think it's just literally lighting. Like, I actually don't think anything is that new, but they did it. The reason that they revealed it is so that way people leaking set photos doesn't become the news instead. I get them trying to hold the narrative, but I agree because
the news is not, wow, look at the new suit. The news is, we are getting started. The film is happening. The film is rolling. That is what we should be talking about. It's, hey guys, let's talk about what this New Day comic is. Let's get you guys familiar with what this is. And I'm going to drop a video about that shortly. So I'm going to drop another like, hey guys, let's talk about the New Day premise, so that you know ahead of time. And now if I drop it, today and not the week before, people aren't being like, well, she fucking watched it. Spoilers. I don't think that we should sensationalize
a suit reveal.
Shit, like, this is nothing.
Yeah.
This is nothing. This is not news. And
So for me, what I talked about was that I love that obviously Tom is literally older, but Peter is older. And I was like, what we really should be talking about is the reason that there are these updates is that it's been 3 years since we've seen Peter, based off of people seeing signage on the filming, however you feel about that. But and also just based off of Thunderbolts, I think Thunderbolts takes place in 2027 as well. And so it's been 3 years since we've seen Peter. So him having a new suit is because he has now had some time being street level or whatever. I like that Tom Holland. Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Sorry, I'm gonna let you finish because I'm gonna
Oh no,
add to
I was just
that.
saying, like Tom Holland, even in that reveal, seemed like he is supposed to give off an older, different type of Spider-Man, and that's more what I'm concerned about. And then also like speculation on like who the villains are and things for that nature. But what were you gonna say?
Know is where the hell was Tom when the Void was walking around Manhattan? What I want to know is where the hell was Tom when we had Celestials in the sky? What I want to know is how many times has he visited Zendaya in that bodega? Like, those are the questions that we should be talking about, not, oh, wow, what kind of fabric? Do you think it's spandex or polyester? Do you think it's like a double blue or like a wow, look at the web shooters outside? Man,
They said the
crazy.
homemade web shooters that he already. I mean, again, like, so yeah, because I was talking about it with Nemo the other day too. I was just like,
Do you
I
ever
was like,
just
I
like?
mean,
I need you to challenge your friends a little bit more because you've got a lot of bros in your inner circle, and I
mm,
know you got a group chat of just fucking midgets, just all in
I
the
made
group
fun
chat.
of my homeboy who, in his video on TikTok that was over a minute, he just said it's perfect. It's fucking perfect, bro. I was like, I took comment. I was like, is it perfect? And I texted him. I was like, I had to clown you because you said is it perfect like 5 times.
I just need you to really challenge these individuals and ask them, is this really news? Like, is this the thing that you want to push out to the world? Is like, can you go deeper than wow, suit? Like, is there something else that you can talk about that will drive the conversation further? Like, I just
That's what we
suit
talked
is
about
not news.
in my group chat whenever, because I couldn't make a video. I woke up and saw the news and I couldn't make a video like right away. And someone was like, actually take the time, like, and I appreciate Yassine was the one who said this. He was like, take the time to figure out like an angle to have about the video over the suit announcement instead of just the new suit got announced or whatever. And I was like, you're right. And so I went over like the details that we know so far, which is again, like, it's been 3 years. Peter's had time to fight his other villains. People were saying we might get like, a compilation like what happened with Fantastic Four of seeing what he's been doing over the next time. Like you said, is he been visiting Zendaya at the bodega every other week? And then also, I hate that this has kind of been revealed, but whatever. There's symbols on the tanks. They could be to throw people off, but it's being theorized that he's going to go up against the inner demons because the symbol on the tanks very much resembles that. And again,
Has he
that's a chance to
started
go into the
working
comics.
at the Daily Planet, or that's the
Daily Bugle. Daily Bugle.
Daily Bugle? Has he started working at the Daily Bugle yet? Where's J. Jonah Jameson? Like, is he taking photos of himself? Have we gone into that era? Those are the questions I think we should start asking. I don't care about a suit. I don't care about the eyes of the suit.
She said, "This is the viral clip. It is suit."
It's suit.
No, the thing, everyone's like, the mask could make. I saw someone being like, when we get the mask reveal, it might be the most perfect thing. And then when I saw the set photos, I was like, the mask is literally the same.
My problem is people posting this video being like, I'm in tears. This movie is going to be great. You know that from a suit? You know that from a suit that's going to be CGI?
And you know what? And you know what's irksome about that? Why some people think it's going to be great is also the details surrounding what was coming out, but no one was talking about that. They literally were just saying suit because people saying this could be great is like they're filming like better discussion, right? They're filming a practical action sequence. When was the last time we actually saw they are out and about filming for one of his Spider-Man movies? Now, what sucks about this?
So cool.
And what sucks about that is that like we're getting all of these details, and I was like, y'all know what's funny? We complain about them not doing practical stuff, but then y'all are like going and filming and showing everything that's happening on filming to give it to us. So now it's like if the inner demons are the thing, they could have hidden that if they filmed on a closed set.
I'm excited for, I hope that because we've got 2 major films filming in New York right now, I want Peter Parker to be flying, like swinging by, and in the background we see Miranda Priestley just in the background, Devil Wears Prada, because both of those movies are filming in New York. I just want to see it. I just want to see her in the background just like strutting with Andy behind her. I just think that'd be so cute. But yeah, the
practical filming though is great though. Like I'm like that's gonna be that movie magic. I'm gonna love seeing that.
Yeah, it just really lowers my respect for people when they claim 100%. that the suit is like when you're posting things like this movie is going to be great because of suit, it really makes me it's just disrespectful to me, because you've got the writers, you've got the animators, you've got the special effects teams, you've got the actual actors. Like, I hate that. I mean, and no disrespect to the costume department. Obviously, they are a huge part of the team. But when you say that an entire team is built off of suit, that a movie is going to be great because suit, and a suit that is damn near exactly like the last suits, like, that's not what makes a movie. The suit does not make the man.
That's the other thing that really ticks me off, is people taking the opportunity now to be like, the Homecoming suit was dog shit. And I'm like, what are we? I don't think anybody, when Civil War came out, thought that the suit was bad. I don't, everyone was like, not that stupid, small spider or anything like that.
People just want to be heard. People just
want here we go. Here's literally one. Now, a lot of people are like, some people are like, I like the Homecoming suit, but this is really cool. But yeah, like, hope this new suit, people won't realize how doo-doo fart the Homecoming one is. Nobody complained about this when it dropped in Civil War. We were all excited to see Spider-Man.
It's just suit.
We were all excited to see Spider-Man. Everyone's like, oh, the MCU's finally abandoning these random lines and suits. Y'all are complaining about things we never cared about. Y'all did not care about this when the movie first came out. I can promise you.
This is so bottom of the barrel bitching right now. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
The red and blue is off.
Then get in there and make it yourself, my guy. Like,
because, like, you're not going to sit here and argue to me. You're like, oh, the Homecoming suit was ass or whatever. He has had this spider on many a suit before in the past. So, like, why are we doing this? Like, who is this for?
Is it that slow of a news day? Is it that slow of a news day? We got to talk about suit. It's just so silly to me. I don't care. And if anyone tries to talk to me about suit, I'm like, no, I'm not the one. I'll bitch about a lot of stuff in the MCU. I'll never bitch about costumes, especially me knowing how hard it is to make a costume
design.
Approved. I am a costume designer, and so I understand how much love and energy goes into not only designing but crafting something that's specific for someone's body. So I don't care. It's a moment in time. A costume is a moment in time, and you drop it and you move on, and that's it. But it's not the end all be all of a movie or a show. It just is. It's the decorative bow that brings everything together. It is suit. It is suit. And if you are telling me that a movie is good because suit, then I'm not doing my job well. You know, my suit should blend in. It should add. It should not be the standout piece, unless it's a Tim Burton film,
unfortunately, the most heard voices in the spaces are the ones that it's not even that. It's like the videos that are like getting seen, and because I'm gonna tell you, my breakdown video, everything we know so far, less than 1,000 on TikTok. But everyone who's just like, they showed the suit, those are tens of millions, you know.
Of course. But I digress. We're getting to the end of it. We got a lot of filming to do today, a lot of things to talk about. I'm very excited for this week. We have a lot of big movies coming out. In fact, Honey Don't, Aubrey Plaza's new film that's coming back. That film is coming out, and this is the first film that she has done since the passing of her husband. She is back in the spotlight, and I'm very excited to see her in this new film. Freaky Friday comes out this weekend as well. We've got a lot of
go to that
ones.
Premiere?
I did not go to that premiere, but I have an event on Tuesday. In fact, I have to decide whether I'm going to the Honey Don't or the Freakier Friday screening. So, which way will we go? I know, I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. Alrighty, friends. I think that's all we got for the Media Emcees. Hopefully we'll have Adam back on the live stream next time.
It's not really a live stream.
Not really a live stream, no. But hopefully we'll have Adam back on next week. And until then, stay classy.
Bye.
Goodbye, friends.
She forgot to say asta pasta.
Well, you said it for me. Goodbye.